What's the most difficult problem you've had to solve?
Oh, wow. As mayor?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I'm going to think about this for a second, okay? Difficult problem I had to solve. Difficult problem as a mayor.
I think when the moms are playing your calendar.
So, I'll tell you something that's happening right now, okay? So as mayor, okay, first of all, I'm a full-time mayor, so I'm also the city manager. Let me just share that. So most cities have two people. They have the mayor who runs meetings and sets policies, and then there's another person who's the city manager. And that person does the day-to-day operations of the city. So in Grand Rapids, you have Mayor Bliss, but then you have Mark Washington as the city manager. In Wyoming, you have Mayor Pohl, and then you have Curtis Holt as a manager. Here in Kentwood, I do both. So this is what's going on right now. It has to do with trash. Trash. Did you know in about 11 years, Kent County's landfill is going to be filled up? No. 11 years. Got to do something else with our trash. Now, do we build another place and just bury it? Or do we do something else with it?
Reuse it.
So one of the things we do in the 6 cities is we burn our trash. We have what's called a waste-to-energy facility. The problem with that is it's 30 years old. It's designed for another 20 years, but it needs another $42 million of investment to last 20 years. The 6 cities take all our trash to the waste-to-energy, but we can't burn it all. We can only burn about 80% of our trash. So 20% is repackaged and take to the landfill. We pay an extra $2.5 million to make that happen. Recycling. You know, I'm not sure how many people recycle, but many years ago, recycling really not only paid for itself, but the county was able to make dollars. And not too long ago, the person who was buying most of the recycling was China. They stopped buying it, and it became very expensive to recycle. So if you live around here, we have the recycler right down the street. It was owned and operated by Kent County. And when it first started, they were doing fine. They were either breaking even or making some money. But then when China backed down, they were having to subsidize it. That means we had to pay for the recycling to leave on the tune of about $250,000. And so that's why they closed the recycling center. But as residents, for $4 to $6 a month, we have another can, and we put all our recycling in there and go. So this is the problem I'm dealing with right now. So I'm an engineer. I studied engineering, and I represent the other 5 cities and 5 mayors, and I serve on 2 boards. And we're trying to figure out what we need to do for the trash for the next 50 years. Very complicated, very difficult, and I won't bore you anymore with the details. That's what's going on right now. And I know way too much information. And if you'd like to stay, I can get a whiteboard out and we can talk about it. But it's very difficult because we don't want to increase the cost so much that all of a sudden our businesses and our residents are hurt because of that. So we're trying to